Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever the case may be. Welcome to Blacklist Universe. I am your host, Mike S. Miller. Tonight, I have a special treat for my friends and fans and those out there in YouTube land. So I was digging through an old box of art. This thing has some old Dragonlance layout pages and stuff in it, and I find deep within the bowels of this box, which has been like outside and like kind of not treated well. But I find in the bowels of this box, what did I find? I found an old JLA issue that has never been published. Not original art, photocopies. I think it was me on pencils, and then Armando Durruti on inks. Is it secret? Is it safe? It's freaking almost 20 years old, Dennis. So they're never going to use it. So I am going to show it here. They are completely lettered pages, right? I want to say Len Kaminsky wrote them, but I'm not 100% sure. Are you allowed to show us? It's 20 years old. The JLA doesn't look anything like it used to. So I'm not going to ask permission. How do you like that? They're never going to use it. I doubt they have it in inventory anymore because they sent back the original pages. So, yeah. Scanned them in. Created a PDF. Let's get some people in here, though. Before I go and dig into my treasures, let's get some peoples in here. Actually, you know what? Why don't I send out the invite and see if anybody wants to come hang out? Something I probably should have done prior to launching the stream, but it is what it is. Story time with Mike Miller. Yeah. If you could, as you come in, hit that like button. There's only 7 likes, 26 watching now, as far as I can tell. And please hit that share button. Hit that share button. And let peeps knows what we are doing here. Oh, is Ethan on with world classes? Yeah, that was I was listening to that for a minute and I just kind of noped out. Although I will say I just finished the Bane trilogy, the Darth Bane trilogy. If anyone else has read that, and you don't mind spoilers, I wouldn't mind talking about that. He's only in chat, not on their stream. And let me drop the link to Nasser. And what the heck, let me drop it to Cecil. I don't know if Cecil's up to. Paste. All right. Excuse me. All right, where's Eric talking about here? Came over from WCB stream. They're all in their hotel room, too drunk to do anything interesting. Yeah, like I said, I was watching that for a minute and I noped out. So, yes, Eric, you're creating in the creative team. Here, I'm gonna send Eric the link too, even though he already has the link in the thing. He's bugging me on Facebook. So, all right. Let's see. Close this out. What do you guys think? Should we wait for someone else to get here to co-host, or should I just start diving into these pages? I've read the Darth Bane story. Been a while though. So my question: I haven't read the next series, whatever series chronologically follows Darth Bane. But I'm curious if the transfer actually worked because they gave you that little hint at the end about her like flexing her left hand, if you remember what I'm talking about. And maybe I shouldn't. I don't want to spoil the story, but if it goes into another story, like the next chronological story in the history of the Sith, I'd kind of be interested in. Maybe I shouldn't ask. Ah, what the heck? Spoil it for me. Yeah, let me know. Does that happen? Keep teasing us. Tease, tease, tease. I'm more into Warhammer now. More testosterone. Well. Yes, glad the notifications worked. Nobody seems to want to come in here. 27 people. How would you guys? Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. I'm going to lock it on me in case anybody decides to pop in here. And then I'm going to... Where did I put it? Right here. I'm going to lock on here, and I'm going to screen share for y'all. Share. 27 of the best. 27 of the best. Oh, the best people. There's 32 now. What the heck? Tell us a story. I'm going to show you a story. I'm going to show you a story from JLA that was never... Hold on, let me hide that. Full screen. There we go. There's a full page. So this is a JLA inventory issue. Again, never published. I was doing this. Let's see. I was doing a bunch of fill-ins on JLA. With Mark Wade, and gosh, who else was I working with? This was back around the turn of the century. What year was this from? What issue would this have been? It's an inventory. It's what they call an inventory, Dennis. It's when they would hire a writer, an artist to do an issue they could just have like in their back pocket for when the regular creative team has missed a deadline, or if it's like, between story arcs or that sort of thing. Brian Hitch was the regular penciler on JLA at the time. I was his regular fill-in artist, so I would do 1, 2, or 3 issue fill-ins at the time. It was just before they brought Doug Mankey on, and I was supposed to be going into... I had a greenlit maxi series, a 12-issue maxi series of... It was basically JLA in space, with like sort of I pitched it as sort of a Guns of Navarone in space, and my editor gobbled it up. We found a writer. Again, I thought it was Len Kaminsky, but I could be wrong. Greenlit the project, and then I got blacklisted. So, how many pages of comics have I done roughly since the beginning? I'm still about in my first 150 pages. Oh, dude, I have no clue. No clue. I've done a minimum probably of 20 pages a month. Minimum of 20 pages a month for 27 years. And, when I was inking, sometimes I would be doing 2 or 3 pages a day. So it's kind of impossible to tell. But I've done a lot. Can't find a like button on my phone. I'm sorry. No? You can't like on the phone? So I don't know. Should I read this? It's not... I don't like the story that much, but I really rarely liked any of the stories. I mean, I don't want to talk smack about all the writers in the comic book industry, but there really aren't that many good writers. It's kind of depressing. Pokes John Malin if he's lurking. Malin? Malin? I wonder if Malin's in here. Nope. All right. So that's page 1. Let's go to page 2. So here's Batman kind of panting and huffing and puffing and saying, oh, gosh, this is crazy. This sounds crazy, but I need this guy. And it's the Creeper. So I've never been a fan of the Creeper. And look at all the blacks I was spotting. I shared calling it Storytime with Mike Miller, so please read it. Do I have to? Okay, I'll read it. The JLA Watchtower. I might have to zoom it in to read it. How do I zoom in now? Escape? All right. Mumbly. Focus, damn it. Computer, process, genotype, fingerprint, and load to active matrix. I'm sweating. My upper lip is sweating. Completed. Scan for match. Begin with New York City and expand scan in a widening spiral. Processing, because every computer says processing. Faster! And punching a computer always helps. Target located. Lock on and transport. Crazy as it sounds, only he can save the JLA now. God help us all. Look at all the blacks I used to spot. Do it like Bale. Do your best, Edwin. Someone help me out, JLA. Yeah, this is an... okay, Muerta just came in. Once again, this was an unused JLA inventory issue. I'm trying to remember who the writer was because they didn't do the indicia on here. But I drew it, and Armando Duruthi inked it. And I think it was Len Kaminsky, but I keep saying that, but I don't know for certain. And here is the full splash page or the full page, so you can see the whole thing. You got it, Muerta. Justice League of America. Do it like Bale. Transport complete. Foolish mortal, you dare summon the Creeper. Freaking Creeper. With all the ha-ha-ha-ha-has. This is all hand-lettered. I don't remember who did it, but all that ha-ha-ha, that's all on there. All this hand-lettered pages, just like the good old days. Oops. Reset. All right, oh my gosh, reset. What is happening? All right, let's get over. Where's the next page? What the heck? Come on, load. Zoom out a little bit. All right. You are a machine, Mike. Why am I a machine, Aaron? What is so machinery about me? You can drop the spook act. You know I don't buy it. It's not an act. It's a psychosis. There's a difference. Hey, cut that out. I got a trademark to protect. Give me a mungo-sized belly burger with fries. Swack. And a side order of your liver. God, the writing. I don't know. Am I supposed to get... I'm going to rip on my own book. I don't like the Creeper. I don't get the Creeper. Sorry. Stop. Listen. I'm infected. Not much time. Mumbly, bubbly, bubbly. You sound like Roger Rabbit now. Continue, Watson. Creeper always sucked. Yeah, right? I am, of course, fluent in gibberish. No choice. They had to be neutralized. Yeah, the art's not bad. I mean, this was like almost 20 years ago, so. Trophy room. Okay, this is a double page spread, so it's going to be kind of hard to read it the way it is, but
Trophy room, Prometheus key to the ghost zone. Superman, easy, no sound in a vacuum.
Kind of have to go to the next page for that.
Pressure suit stuck to lunar shadows. Wonder Woman, locker room. Women's locker room, strategy, social transgression.
Batman, such rudeness. Ugh.
Aquaman, swimming, fish in a barrel.
There's Aquaman. Yeah, see, they're never going to use this because of the costumes are just completely different. So pretty cool. Mark Waid knew what he was doing too. This was not Mark Waid. This was a different writer. I don't know who it was. I understand now why you were going to not read it, but continue. So where is everybody?
Green Lantern, Flash, distraction with obvious.
I don't know, but Batman said to search this. Something in the air duct.
Did you hear? Did what I had to. Shoop. Stop them before they became a threat. They were all mad, insane. Had to protect. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Dialogue is kind of goofy. I like it. You like this dialogue? I think it's atrocious. I apologize to whoever the writer was. Maybe you're better off being left unnamed because this is just absolutely black rubber chicken man. I understand that you've finally gone screaming blue bonkers. Hey, you know what that means? We can be partners. And without any troublesome changes in color schemes. After all, you were the one who thought red, yellow, and green went well with black.
Good God, what have I done? Putting the fate of the world in your deranged hands, I must be
crazy? Yippers, sure looks that way. But you ain't ready to snatch the pebble from my hand, pond skipper.
Wait.
Fresh souls in the cornfield. Gick. Yeep. What the? Why? Gick yeep. Blurt? God, I hate the creeper. You know, this character, just working on this issue made me hate the creeper more than I already hated the creeper. Sounds like the writer just put the instructions for the penciler as text. Creeper's a character with potential, but he's never been written well enough to capitalize on that. Okay, he's a guy with a big green living freaking it's like one of those trees from the Lorax wrapped around his shoulders, and he wears striped bikini briefs. How is this a character with potential? I don't understand this character. I never liked this character, so. Fish heads, eat them up, yum. Everybody dance. Ugh. I think I did draw him well, though. As well as you can, possibly. Wow, almost a curse word in the lettering there if you switch two of them. Where? Blur? Where? What? 1 Adam 12, 1 Adam 12. See the man with the unusual skin condition. That's disgusting. Hello? Anybody in there? Knock, knock. Splurblet. Yeah. I mean, how close is that to a very bad word? Splurple. That doesn't, yeah. And that's not the worst one. Word. Splorped. Actually, I'm really glad. I'm kind of glad now because I think this is the writer I was supposed to do that 12 issue maxi series with, and because that's who my editor hooked me up with, and I do not like this writing. I do not like it, Sam. I do not like it. This is like a Dr. Seuss story. Exactly, Spike. Anyone remember Freakazoid? He's just like that idiot. Freakazoid. That sounds familiar. James, I don't remember the name of the guy that wrote this issue. But now I'm kind of glad it never got published.
John.
John, are you all right? Unfortunately, oh, sorry, that's not a very good Superman voice. What's a good Superman? John, are you all right? Unfortunately not, Superman. I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me. I appear to be going insane. The diagnostic is conclusive. I have fallen victim to psychogenic virus, a psychogenic virus, most likely spawned during my telepathic contact with the Mageddon several months ago. Dormant until recently, it is now active. I will place myself in a meditational stasis in an attempt to slow the progress of the dementia. If in the event that I fail, I advise initiating level 10 biohazard protocols, total sterilization of the medlab by fire, followed by launching the entire module into the sun.
Hey, help! Somebody get my rubber blankets.
Hup. Welcome, Creeper. Freakazoid was that animated cartoon. Oh yeah, I do remember that. Oh, yeah. Animaniacs was great. Yeah, but this is terrible. You sure you guys don't want to just see the art? I can stop reading this at any time. I can't imagine this is entertaining. The art's not bad. I mean, it is almost 20. Yeah, it's like 2 decades old, and I see all the faults in it. But look at how many blacks I spotted. Look how many blacks I used to spot all the time. Pretty much Cat in the Hat. Let's see. Art only. Yes. Spike of Madness. Don't stop. The art's great. It's a trick, Mike. People want to get some voice clips out of you to take out of context. Story time before bed. Perfect. This is not great story time. Let's just do the art. That way I don't have to be here all night long. It's entertaining to listen to you try and make it sound good. I don't know. Look at this splooge. Really? My apologies for the abrupt entrance. I am not entirely in control of myself.
Excuse me? Who are you talking to? Read my book? Read my book?
I have done my best to maintain stability at this level, but as you can see, I'm not the only one in here.
Gulp.
Me. You understand my dilemma. I am besieged by the many personas I've assumed over the years, lost among my myriad identities. I can no longer determine which is my true self.
Well, we know there are really only 2 of us here. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm betting you're the one that isn't me.
Why? Honestly, I think I might actually prefer reading Nasser. Audiobook by Mike Miller. Splooge.
Black. I'll have you know there'll be a stern letter in the Times about this tomorrow.
Fascinating. You seem to be immune to the psychogenic virus. With your help, we can cure the others as well. But to do so, we must join them in the ghost zone. This is Nasser level. Yeah. I tried to do, I tried to make it look good at least. Oh. I don't know. Maybe I was just being paranoid about them not using this. Maybe they finally read the script. Although my editor read the script. The thing is that my editor was friends with this writer, and that's like a huge problem in comics is the nepotism. It's the reason most of the Image books in the beginning were absolutely illiterate tripe. The kind of books you look at but you don't bother reading. It's because of this nepotism. Oh, yeah, my friend needs some work. My friend can't get work anywhere else because he's terrible. So I will hire him because he's my friend, not because he's good. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna stop reading. I'm just gonna go through the pictures. All right. So here's page 10. Got a decent Superman post. This Wonder Woman's terrible. He's not going to reveal the writer. I honestly can't remember what the writer's name is, Victor. This was 2 decades ago. And yeah, I didn't know who he was when they hired him. My editor was Dan Raspler. He was friends with the guy, and he gave him this gig. And then when I pitched the idea for the maxi series, this is the guy he gave me to work with. And so yeah, ultimately I'm kind of glad we didn't, because I would hate to have like worked on 12 issues of a book and then turn around and that book like never go into like long-term reprinting because it's just poorly written. And yeah, this story is like it's a why is this taking so long to load? So you get like all of the JLA, right? Okay, so it took you 10 pages to get to the setup, right? Or 10 pages of setup. And then he goes in and he deals with each of the JLA members, curing them of their psychosis, like one after the other, in the final 12 pages. So I think he probably gives a page or two to each character. Am I a bad boy for liking hot Wonder Woman art? You're not a bad boy. I never want to make friends with a client, maybe only after. I think that's the case. Yeah, been there, done that. Live and learn. Gail Simone. Poor Mike, this was his first big break. You probably were all excited about this at the time. Oh no, I had already been drawing JLA, Victor. And I'd been drawing it with Mark Waid back before Mark Waid went crazy, and he was still a fantastic writer. How often would an issue go unpublished? I think in my entire career, I did one issue at Wildstorm that went unpublished, and then this JLA book that went unpublished. I can't think of any others offhand, anyways. I bought some old comic books. Where do I go online to find out value? Got me, dude. Got me. I actually did like this. He's sort of the Joker-fied Batman. I just like this face. And then, yeah, Creeper comes in, takes the gun away, and he's killing his younger self because that's his psychosis. And then he like freaks out about the gun. That's some fun Batman stuff, at least. And then, yeah, suddenly he's cured. It doesn't make any sense. Do I still have that Wildstorm issue? I think I probably still have some pages from it. I don't think I have the whole thing. It was a what was the name of that character? She had like the goggles on her head, the short hair. I can't even remember her name anymore. Nice cape work. Thank you. Then it's Superman's turn. Superman getting clobbered. The fantastic inks by Armando Durruti, by the way. Fantastic lettering too by whoever did it. Just terrible words. And just, I don't know, this whole let's take care of everything one person at a time, and then have just these really simple solutions for everything. I don't know. I think it's maybe the guy just had an affinity for the Creeper, so he wanted to throw the Creeper in here and make him the hero of the JLA story. And that ended up being... what's up, Ethan? What in the name of all is holy? This is an old, unused inventory issue of JLA I did about 20 years ago. And so I just found it in an old box of photocopies and art. and so I'm showing it because nobody's ever seen it. And nobody, and it's never going to be published, so whatever. So yeah, so here's Wonder Woman fighting Wonder Woman, her violent side and her pacifist side, and then the Creeper gets them to work together. The warrior and the pacifist are both servants of the messenger of peace. And yeah, I don't know who the writer is. I don't remember. Not for sure, anyways. And here's the Flash. You can wait till we get to the Green Lantern part, Ethan. Mike, what if you can't remember the writer is because that writer was Nasser going back in time and altering the timeline? No. But yeah, Ethan, look at all the blacks I'm spotting. Look at all the blacks back then. I did a much more graphic style too back then, obviously. There you go. Green Lantern, Kyle Rayner. Gonna do what Hal Jordan failed to do. I will succeed where Hal Jordan failed. I've got the power. Look at that big pile of dead JLA people. They were pushing the Creeper up in the 90s. Never sticked. Only good bit was in Eclipse story. Hey, Mike, I stumbled across a review of Left, Right, Center earlier today. The critic was an obvious Obama Kool-Aid drinking. Really didn't like you. Gee, you think? But there was an editorial addendum tacked on 4 years later that stated you were somewhat prophetic after all. Really? Share that with me on Twitter, brother. Breaking the fourth wall. What if the writer is Mike? Yeah. So, anyways, I'm just gonna get through this. I'm not gonna make this take forever. And then here's Lonely. God, look how graphic those waves are. That was really. You know who I was probably inspired by back then was oh shoot, what was his name? He actually stopped doing comics and went to work in video games. I'm totally drawing a blank. Forget it. If I can remember it, I'll mention it. No, it wasn't Mignola. It was this guy who he was trying to get into comics. He did a few comics for like Malibu, I think, and some other stuff, and then he ended up just going into video games, and he's been in games the whole rest of his career. Starts with an A. And you guys wouldn't know who he is because he went into video games. What instead of behaving as a third-rate plastic man, what if Creeper lived up to his name? He basically puts criminals in Arkham every night by stalking them through the streets and driving them insane. Well, as long as he wore something else, because I just think it's the word. I don't know who designed him, and my apologies if he's some great classic designer. I hate the way the Creeper looks. I mean, it's just Dang it, it's driving me nuts now that I can't remember this guy's name. Steve Ditko designed him. Not your greatest move, Ditko. No, it wasn't Joe Mad. I mean, it was just the graphicness. It wasn't like, obviously I didn't get all like bendy, cartoony, and anime like. Arie? No. Oh my gosh, it's driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy. I can't remember. Oh man, I have some of his work here somewhere. Is that it? Hold on a second. Okay, this is his work. Yeah, Arie Jorgenson. Arie Jorgenson. Actually, here, I'll show you. Actually, after this is done, I'll show you some of his old stuff he sent. Wow, that's an original. Oh, that's cool. But I just love his stuff, even though he was never actually a big guy. Loved his stuff, and he was influencing me back then. So, I hate that Batman face. I mean, everybody's little squished up faces. Look at this, squished up face, squished up face. It's just terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. All right, so there it is, guys. There it is. The zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Let's do. How do I do that full screen? All right, so page after page. JLA, the missing issue. The missing issue. I hope you guys enjoyed the missing issue of JLA, and now let's get back to stop screen sharing, and I can show you guys. So yeah, this is Arie Jorgenson. This is actually an original page. Back in the day, I was gonna do a comic book company called Substance. Guess what that was supposed to. You're shocked at all of this. Like really sort of like more graphic, style stuff. So this is Arie. This is some of his character design work. Dang it, that's an original too. I should probably get these back to him. Yeah, and then he went to go work in video games. I think he was working actually with Joe Madureira. Oh, this is just, look at this design stuff. Isn't that cool? And he sent me the originals instead of, for some reason, sending me copies. I don't really remember why. But because I was putting together a pitch package for Substance Comics. And he was going to do one of the books. And it was going to be Strange Planet. Strange Planet! But Substance went nowhere. It was a long time ago. This whole wanting to do my own comic book company thing's been around for a while. You're shocked at all of this, Ethan? What's so shocking? Why did it go unpublished? Well, just around the time I was working on this fill-in issue, as I said, I had that 12-issue maxi series greenlit, and then suddenly everything got canceled. Suddenly, I couldn't get any work. I couldn't get any work from my editor on Superman, from my editor on JLA, from anybody. And yeah, it's weird things that happen. But now I'm doing here, page 22, Lone Star. What do you think? Page 22, Lone Star. I guess it's kind of a spoiler because you saw him getting shot in the last page. And he like grabs a shotgun, pulls it aside, goes off next to his head, smacks the guy with the butt of the shotgun, flips it around, blows the other guy away, and then they start running away. The rest of them start running away with the money. So I'd rather be doing this anyways. Spoilers. That's all right. There's only 70 people watching. Ethan came in late. Wish you would have heard what Mike read. Nah, he didn't want to hear that. That's just bad stuff. Bad juju, guys. Lone Star is a psychopath. Hey, man, Lone Star is a soldier. Somebody's going to point a gun at him. He's going to shoot you. That's just how it goes. Yeah, the sad part is in the next page, he pulls a mask off, and he's a kid. 18 years old. Pretty grim. Pretty sad. Spoilers. Batman would not approve. No. Batman would not approve. You best get some werewolves in there, Mike. No, not in this. Not in this story arc. No werewolves in this story arc. The Punisher is a psychopath, but that never made comics about the character less entertaining. That's an adult. Oh, Ethan, you have an 18-year-old, right? Isn't Hunter 18? Or is he older than that now? Lone Star. Psych of the psychopath. Psyche of the psychopath. Yeah, maybe I'll do that one next. You don't use your gun, the other guy will take it and use it on you. Yeah. Oh, gosh, he's 20 already? Holy cow. Well, see, to me, that's still a kid. I mean, I'm closer to 50 than I am to 45 at this point. So, more male nipples. I don't know. Weird. Lone Ethan Rise of the Ticopath. Is Lone Star a secret Nazi like Captain America? No, and he never will be. A new disguise. He never will be. So he's almost out of college then, depending on the major. Any secrets? Any dog updates? Dog updates. Oh, yeah, Ethan, was that actually your puppy I saw? Or was that like... You couldn't have gotten a puppy that was actually that cute. That was like a stock photo of a puppy, wasn't it? That was like... That's not legitimately your dog, is it? All right. It looked like a professional photo or something like that. It's weird. How much can Lone Star bench? Lone Star can bench about 1,200 pounds, that was the gayest dog I could find. That's one way of putting it. Yeah, he looked like he had your hair from when you were a kid. So Lone Star can bench a little more than the strongest living human, like the power lifters. The strongest power lifter can bench like 1,100 pounds. So Lone Star can lift about 1,200 just to put him over the top a little bit. Secrets, you are the Lord of the Gays. Gayest dog 2019. I tweeted you a degenerate screenshot from Mike's D&Q. I think you'll find it amusing. Just don't retweet it and get remuted by Mike. Degenerate screenshot? What are you talking about? What are you guys doing behind my back? Can you describe Looker? Got one of your original art pieces and the grab bag. I'm not familiar with many comic characters. Enjoy your art though. Looker is a DC comic book. She's like a vampire. She was a fashion model, so a looker, that became a vampire, and now she's a superhero. So that's Looker. It is DC. So congrats, you got a DC page. Mark Henry is the only human in history who has not only squatted more than 900 pounds without a squat suit, but also deadlifted more than 900 pounds raw. Are you and Ethan still interested in doing links? Yeah, just, that's the future. That's the future. We both have a lot of other stuff on our plates at this moment. Is there a sleeping child behind you? No, there is a wife watching. She's watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Ethan's going to do it with Nasser now instead, so that'll be a much stronger project. No strongest, no bench gear is close to 600 pounds. No strongest, no bench gear? What? Oh no, Mike. No. I know. Uh-oh. This computer's doing some Don't you log off on me. Mike does not approve of RHW. No, Mike does not approve. I keep trying to explain to her that men spend their lives trying to get away from nagging women. And then she puts on this TV show where it's just a bunch of women nagging at each other. And I'm like, whoa. What are you going to do? Happy wife, happy life. Ray Park watches it? Ray told you? Mm-hmm. When was that? He watches it with his wife. Oh. Ray Park watches Real Housewives with his wife. I don't know if he wants me to say that out loud, but we may witness an act of violence very soon, Mike. Good luck. I'm just reading the chat. You guys got any questions? I can wrap this up, actually, because I do have to get up in the morning. Ooh. We need more Nasser-piece theater. That would require someone reading more Nasser. Ray Park, Darth Maul, Ray Park. Yes, Darth Maul, Ray Park. Yeah, where was it? Was that in San Antonio we're talking to him? Bill? She's not listening to me now. Looks like it's the second thing on my media feed on Twitter. What is? Oh, Housewives. Mike, does your wife brush your hair for you sometimes? No. Does your wife like Jersey Shore? No. Could you describe Lethal Instinct? Lethal Instinct. John, did you get the cover? Did you get the Lethal Instinct cover? That's a cover, dude. Lethal Instinct was a werewolf comic book that I published at when I was running Alias. So yeah, the comic's out there somewhere. If you can find it on eBay or something, you can get that with the finished cover. But yeah, it's like a cop werewolf story. I don't remember. It's been a long time. But congrats on getting the cover, dude. It's not bad for $100. Speaking of Looker, what is the weirdest, quirkiest character you've ever dreamed up? Well, when I was in college, my friend Matt and I created a team called Chumps, which they were originally a team called Champs, but their leader died, and their leader was the one that kind of like kept them together. And so after their leader died, they really just kind of become a team of screw-ups, and so the press started calling them Chumps instead of Champs. And you had some wacky characters in there, like Helena Handbasket, and what are some of the other ones? I think Tank. There was a Tank, which was like a little, Wolverine, short, stocky kind of guy. There were some crazy, whacked up characters in that team. But yeah, I don't know if we'll ever do anything with that. That was a long time ago, and I've got other things to do. That has to be the most boring idea I've ever heard. Which one, Chumps? Oh, you mean the werewolves and werewolves and cops? Sorry. How is the Meg doing? I think we are at. Let me see. Let me do a quick refresh because I think I got something during the stream. We're at 55,540. So, yeah, it's been a decent few days. It'd be nice to do 12. So, let's see. I did 1 12 minutes ago, 2 yesterday, 3 the day before yesterday, and one of those was like a some of them were like bigger purchases. Like 4 days ago, I got the retailer pack, and then this one was, what is it? The $175 one. But it's moving. It's moving, not like crazy big or anything, but it is what it is. So, oh wow. All right, let's see. What is Lone Star's favorite gun? Does Lone Star do it all for the nookie? No, Lone Star does not do it all for the nookie. Terrible. What's wrong with you guys? You should change it to chimps. It was hilarious because it's so bad. If Lone Star had to choose between saving a baby and the woman he loved, what would he do? He would save them both, Liam. He would save them both. Krill Sakev has the raw bench record at 738. What is raw? Because I was going by some world record for benching, and it was 1,100. Yeah, freaking gnat flying around here. 1,100 pounds, so. Which I thought was crazy. But, I don't know. Maybe I read something wrong. What is Lone Star's favorite gun? I don't know. I know what. My favorite gun, just out of looks, is the Beretta 9mm. I love the way that thing looks. But Lone Star, he'd probably want something more classic and reliable. Maybe like, is that a wild thing showing up on my channel?
Hi.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Ethan.
How you doing tonight?
Tired. How are you doing?
I'm pretty energized. I wasn't feeling very well yesterday. I had a bad day. I had a bad day yesterday. I'm feeling better now, though.
That's good.
My wife looked at me and said, "You look pale and wan." I said, "No, I'm not feeling very well." But I got a lot of sleep. I made here's what I did, Mike.
Healing sleep.
Yes.
Yes.
I got a cream soda. Do they have cream soda anywhere but New Jersey and Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Cream soda. I got cream soda, and then I put ice cream in it.
Mm.
And I made a nice ice cream soda float.
So all you needed was a lot of sugar and cream.
Yes.
In your system.
As it turns out, that's all I was after, Mike.
That's the healing nature of a high sugar diet.
In a way, yeah, you shouldn't underestimate it. It was very, very helpful. So I'm feeling better now. Happy to be on your show, Mike. Happy to be on here with you.
Yeah. Happy to have you here.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying, "Where is EVS?" I'm here. I'd see that my camera is turned around so that you can see Fabio and Tico. I am in my studio. Yeah. Martyr Media suggested I might be diabetic. Not yet.
Is that an Xbox 360?
Probably. I don't know. I don't play video games, Mike. I have everything. I have every video game system. I don't, I don't play any games.
You don't play video games. Yeah.
No, I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
Right here is my Job of the Hut mug. This is important, and it's in good taste.
And
you
put pens in it.
Yeah.
I put pens in my Studio Ghibli robot head.
Oh, I like that. That looks good.
Let's get all my.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about going to Star Wars Celebration, Mike.
Boy, make up your mind.
I'm telling you, it's so hard because I want to go, and I have work to do, and yet I really do want to go. Now
you'll get the work done.
Yeah. Well, so if I go, first of all, I blew my ticket. My ticket's gone. Not my plane ticket, obviously, my airline ticket. So I'd have to spend $1,000 because I have to fly first class, Mike. I'm not sitting with the peasants.
Have you checked what a last minute ticket? Well, actually, you're not that far from Chicago, are you?
Yeah, I just told you. So $1,000.
So you did check.
Yeah, I did. I looked at it and I went, yeah, yeah. Let me talk to Andrea when she wakes up. Now, Andrea is going to have a similar reaction to you. She's going to say, what the fuck is the matter with you? Make up your mind. You know?
Yeah.
So
And you're
yeah,
like, but world class BSers was in a hotel room. They were all together doing a really
they were having fun. I was like, I should be there. Now, tomorrow was the Fandom Menace get together party, and I could just show up for that,
and then go home.
and then go home. Like, I'll stay the night, and I'll just go home. I'll have missed one day of work, but I'll have been there for the people.
You're not
Lethal
gonna
Diva
go
says,
and go get autographs from all your favorite Star Wars people like
"No, I don't need any of their autographs, those people, weirdos." Lethal Diva says, "You need to go, the people are counting on you." Or just people are counting on you, Mike.
Yeah, people. Liam Gray says, Ethan, I give you permission to go, and he gives me $2 Australian to tell you that.
Mhm. Paulus Mobus has it right, but I wanna go play with my friends. Yeah, that is totally what it is. It's so
Yeah.
lame, dude. I really should just stay home. This is temptation, Mike.
Well, but this was a plan. It was a plan.
Yeah, tomorrow they're gonna announce the title of the movie. You know that.
Are they really?
Now, the rumor is that it got out that it's gonna be called Will of the Force, which is WTF. Kind of.
No, it's not.
Kind of what the F.
You know how many Free Willy mockeries they're gonna make out of that?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Uh If it's Will of the Force, I just don't care anymore. I just don't care.
Did you see the video when Ewan McGregor heard that? We talked about this before, huh? When he found out the name of the movie was The Phantom Menace.
What did he do?
It was like at a red carpet thing. He was like, did you hear that they named the name that he had already made the movie? They just hadn't named it yet. And they go, it's
Yeah.
called The Phantom Menace. He starts laughing. He's like, oh, what, you serious?
That was a weirdly titled movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, Will of the Force, where's Will Smith? Like, he'd make, like, a music video. "Yo, I'm the Will of the Force." You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And he'd
Yeah.
be doing the Running Man. They should they really need to bring Will Smith back for, soundtrack songs, Mike. A lot
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
a lot
I
of
don't
things
see
got
why
lost
not.
along the way.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you'd want him to do a Cyberforce theme song, right?
Cyber Frog, you mean?
Cyberforce. Oh my gosh, what a callback.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. No, you know who I want? I want Kid and Play. I want Kid and Play. I want the one guy who's left from Criss Cross because the other guy died, so just Chris. And then I want, Milli Vanilli, the one guy who's still alive. So I want Vanilli. So
You
those
could do Chris Vanilli.
Yeah, get them together and that would be good, man.
Yeah. Liam for another $5 says, when Lucas developed Star Wars, the opening crawls were originally from a series of Jedi records called the Wills. So I
Mhm.
am thinking might be legit.
Yeah, you're thinking very hard about it. You know what it is, though?
Overthinking it.
Somebody took a picture of Mark Hamill. He fell asleep on a park bench, and then they realized there's a picture of him asleep on the floor somewhere, and somebody realized that the third title is probably lazy ass Mark Hamill. So it's The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, lazy ass Mark Hamill. You understand? It's been a sentence along the.
Force Awakens, The Last Jedi. The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi.
The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and then who is the Last Jedi?
The lazy ass Mark Hamill.
The lazy ass Mark Hamill. Yeah. Some people are shocked in your chat. They're saying half of Milli Vanilli and Criss Cross are dead. Yeah, half of them are.
Yeah.
50% to go. I shouldn't say that, Mike. They're music legends. They're icons.
I'm still upset about Eazy-E.
Yeah. Man in Lunacy says, sure, it's hanging out with your friends, but those friends are also hundreds of current and potential customers. So that $1,000 plane ticket is tax deduction. Of course it is.
Of course it is.
You know, but it's a tax deduction to take next year. You have to spend $1,000 right now, Mike. You see no benefits from it until next year. I'm not going there to make money. I'm going there to make videos. Could I make $1,000 in ad revenue and videos from Star Wars Celebration?
Yeah.
Maybe. Paulus Mobus points out that the stream has 2 dislikes.
Oh my goodness. There's 98 people watching and only 38 likes. That's upsetting.
Oh, I mean, you have a discriminating audience, Mike.
I guess so.
You know. Your wife's back there watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. My wife watches Real Housewives of like New Jersey.
Yeah, she watches pretty much all of them.
God, those shows. I mean, these women.
I know.
Sometimes I watch those shows and I go, am I gay? You know what I mean? I go, is this what women are? I might be gay. They're horrible people.
That and the penis thing.
Yeah, I'm not into the penises though. But I'm just saying, you honestly, those women are terrible. You meet a nice girl, you marry her. You're a guy with an upwardly mobile business. And it's like suddenly she's like, I don't know. She's got diamonds on her fingernails. She goes to get her hair done every day. She smacks her gum. She's wearing all kinds of crazy stuff. It's not hot, man. It's just not hot.
It's funny. The thing is, it's they occasionally, like in Beverly Hills and stuff. I've seen some of these because she'll watch them while I'm in bed. They'll have like good girls come on the show, and they'll only last for like a season because it's not fun for the audience to have people who aren't full of constant irritating drama. So it's like they'll have these nice, Christian families come on, and then like, yeah, get rid of them. They're
they're not cruel, stupid, and spiteful.
Yeah, exactly.
Trashfire's in the chat. He's got a clown dog avatar. A clown dog avatar, and he says Ethan blocked me on his channel for complaining about Cyberfrog being late. Ethan is a hypocrite that silences his critique from his own customers. That's right.
Did you really block him? I figured it was probably one of your mods that blocked him.
It's probably one of my mods. I do not recall blocking anyone named Trashfire, but yet, I definitely would. Here's what it would be. It would be the combination. It'd be the combination of the clown dog avatar. I'd be like, F you. But if you were quiet, that'd be fine. Constantly complaining about Cyberfrog being late, and that would be okay. But then there's the clown dog avatar. Then there is the accusations that I am a hypocrite. Listen, I'm not a hypocrite. I'm totally about silencing critique from clown dog avatar people. Who complain constantly about Cyberfrog being late when I tell you over and over again why it's late and when it's coming. I'd be a hypocrite if I said I don't block clown dog avatar people who constantly complain about Cyberfrog being late on my channel.
That's right.
So I'm not a hypocrite. I mean, you could say other things, but I'm not a hypocrite. I'm telling you right now, I'm all for that. That's what I'm going to do. If you are a guy with a clown dog avatar who's constantly complaining about Cyberfrog being late, even though I tell you every single stream when it's coming out, and I show you pages and they're gorgeous, and all of that, I'm telling you, I rejoice in blocking you and silencing your critique. Mike, how do I silence critique? How do we do that? What's a good way to do that?
Mute.
Okay. So
Boy, how much crap did people give me for muting?
I just think it's funny.
I know, me too.
Hypocrisy is a weird thing. Hypocrisy is something that like SJWs accuse people of, and they don't react. Like SJWs are all hypocrites, and that's like a big thing for them. Like you
Well, I
can
mean,
be an a-hole as long as you just admit that you're an a-hole. If you have no standards whatsoever, you can
yeah.
never be called a hypocrite. You know. So
But everybody's a hypocrite.
well, yeah,
Unless you literally have no standards,
that's
you are not
correct.
going to live up to your own standards. So everybody's a hypocrite, except
That's
for the people that have no standards, and you don't want to be around those people anyways.
That's correct.
Any chance there will be a second print of Lone Star? I don't know if it's necessary. If it's necessary. Paulus Mobius says, I'm a total C word. A coward? You're a coward, Paulus? It's terrible.
That is awful.
Yeah. No standards here, says Ben Jones.
Ben Jones is back. Yes.
Ben! Is that the Ben Jones?
That is, you know what? I saw him on Twitter. I saw him tweet something out about, hey, if you missed out on Asgard, then you missed out on, this awesome. And he did like this kind of like alternate reality kind of, this is the world of Comicsgate, kind of thing that DC Comics used to do all the time. And I was just like, damn, kid, damn. So Ben Jones is back, and everybody's happy to see it. A lot of people were saying, where is Ben?
It's him. So, yep, it's me. I think talking about what is Comicsgate, I started kind of just noodling around with this. I don't know if I'm going to finish it, but it would be like Comicsgate Year 2.
What is that? And there's Cyberfrog again.
Yeah. Well, and there's Detective Dead up there. Yeah. And there's Cuffs and White and Knife Hand. But I was just going to try to cram everybody into this one. Except for the rabbits. No rabbits.
Well, make sure that you have everyone's permission first.
Well, I was just going to draw it. Because I had already finished. See, the thing is, I was at my daughter's acting class, and so I had brought this page to draw, and I was like, I had finished drawing all the figures, and I'm like, I have another hour here, so I just started drawing something else.
I'm gonna drive out to the Pine Barrens today and start taking pictures.
Pine Barrens, what's that?
Well, in New Jersey, people think of New Jersey as being very much,
cesspool,
so like suburbs. But yeah, you think of Jersey City, you think of Trenton, you think of Camden. But most of New Jersey is taken up by these desolate woods called the Pine Barrens, and it's where the mob buries bodies because nobody goes there. So if they're gonna in The Sopranos, that's
hey,
where
there's an arm, there's a leg, there's a wing.
Yeah. Yeah. Trashfire says, I triggered Ethan pretty good. Work on that late project, you fat hypocrite. And then he puts frog, and then he puts a girl, but she's not shrugging, and then a rainbow.
Mike, the girl's got to be shrugging. Come on.
What is the girl even there for? Now I'm triggered.
Yeah. That's a young girl, too.
He didn't trigger me before, but he did now. What the hell's the matter with him?
Liam says, save a spot for me. This is my year. Heart.
Yeah. So the Pine Barrens is where all the
bodies are buried.
Yeah, it's where the Cyberfrog survivors are hanging out. That's where they live.
Oh, okay.
So I want to go and because it's safe there. When you're a giant insect, you don't fly through trees like pine trees very well. You know what I mean? If you're
a giant insect, I imagine that would not
be with a wingspan of 30 feet. It's like you can't really move around in the trees.
Right.
So that's where they kind of hang out. And not only that, you can burn things. And these bees, these wasps do not like smoke. So, you know, it's a good
Well, if
place
you
to
think
hang
about
out.
it, then taking that into consideration would be an easy way to create engineer some safe spaces that they couldn't get into.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Mike, at some point, you should do Lone Star in this universe. You should do Lone Star, in with how did he survive? What's he doing? Just kind of do an alternate take, Lone Star Cyberfrog universe post Vespus invasion, and it might be kind of fun because you can do this guy beating up the mob all you want, beating up gangsters, but man, it would be fun to see him actually ride his motorcycle through a wasp thorax.
Oh, did you see that page? The motorcycle one?
I did see it. I liked it. Let me see it again because there was one thing I wanted to say.
All right, hold on. Let me... I don't know where I put it. Hold on. Liam, can you read Liam's super chat while I look at...
Liam says, "Could you dig up graveyards and tie them to trees as sacrifices to placate the wasps so they don't eat you?" Liam, the wasps look at us as cattle, so you just have to kind of ask yourself the question: like, if you want, we want steak. That's what we want cows for. Their product. So, would you be satisfied with a rotten, old, decomposing cow to stop you from eating, cows that are freshly slaughtered? The answer is no. Lone Star versus Bigfoot Bill would be good too.
What in the hell? I put that bit...
Mike already lost the page that he worked on.
No, I already scanned it in. Oh, you know what? I could just look at it on my Dropbox. Hold on a second. It's already on my Dropbox. So
Yeah. So they do not consume the dead? Yeah, well, they do. They consume the dead that are freshly dead. Like, you couldn't dig up corpses and try to feed them to the bees. They don't want them.
that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Files. Blacklist Comics. Lone Star. Issue 2. Issue 2 inks. Page 21. Oh, I gotta upload page 22. All right. Now, lock it on me and share screen. All right. What do you need?
Zoom in on his face on the motorcycle. I don't know what it is, Mike. All right.
What don't you know what it is?
He's got my nose.
He does not have your nose.
Yes, he does. And he's got a very weak chin.
It does not.
He does. I that's the one thing I was like, wow, God, that's really good. And I went, what? And it's like that one little spot. I'm like, oh man, he's got my nose. And he's got a very weak chin. You have to work on his face, Mike. And in fact, I would say it's time for him to have some stubble.
Stubble?
Yeah.
He's a clean shaven boy, man.
Who's clean shaven?
He's got to go through some crap for stubble. Like have a rough weekend, that sort of thing. I ain't got time to shave.
Why? I don't know. I just think that's what he needs. Well-read user says, give him a booty. Yeah.
Give him a booty.
Yeah. A lot of people concerned about his booty. I'm not one of them, but some people are concerned about it.
I'll take that into consideration.
Here's the thing, Mike. Where is this taking place? Is this a bank robbery?
Yeah.
Chances are. Have they killed anyone, these robbers, yet?
Not yet.
Now they will.
Oh, they tried
It
to
was a
kill
bank
him. Look at
robbery.
that.
They were looking for some money, and they're just looking for some money, and they're probably going to get that money, get in and get out. Most bank robbers don't want to actually kill people; they just want to look like they are, so they can get the money and get out. They're not psychopaths. But you know who is a psychopath?
Lone Star.
Somebody who drives his motorcycle, smashing the bank property. The bank was probably like, "Hey, we're insured. The money's insured." But oh, god damn, the door. Oh.
The door's insured. They're
And
insured.
then he escalates the situation. You know what I mean? Like now they're tense. Like already there's tense. They're tense about, you know, we got to get out of here with the money. And then some a-hole with my nose and a weak chin drives his motorcycle, smashes it through the front door, making all kinds of noise when guns are being pointed at people. Mike, have you seen hostage negotiations before? Have you witnessed the techniques that hostage negotiators use in situations like this where there's all kinds of you know, people are tense?
I follow the Ronald Reagan rule. We don't negotiate with terrorists.
Well, you know, I'm just saying that one anarchist has a peace symbol. So
Yeah, 'cause
clearly
he's
he's
a
not looking for
hypocrite.
trouble. Yeah.
Because they're hypocrites.
So what I'm saying is this. Before there was a likelihood of of the robbers leaving the bank with just some money that was insured. The police would probably track them down. Now, Lone Star has done equal damage to the bank by destroying their doors. Okay, so those have got to be insured too. Those have got to be repaired. And he's escalated the tensions in the room so that guys with swords and guns, somebody's gonna have to die now.
It's a machete.
All right. Robin Chang points out these are bank robbers, not terrorists.
They are terrorists.
Why are they terrorists? What are they doing?
They're terrorizing the people in that bank.
It's just funny when you actually like look at superhero comics. You go, wait a second. Wait a second. T and Crumpet says you have to make an entrance with style. That's right. Robin Chang points out the doors probably cost more than the stolen money. That's the point that I want to make mostly.
Is it? Well,
Yeah.
it's all insured, guys. It's all insured.
Well. All right, zoom back out again. Let's see what happens next. All right, so he skids to a halt. There's a woman hiding behind a plant. He is now in front of the woman.
And then he says, sorry about the doors.
He's apologizing for the doors?
Yep. See, isn't that nice of him? And then that dirty, rotten terrorist bank robber shoots him off of his motorcycle with a shotgun. Unbelievable.
Well, who's the villain here? I mean, he just smashed into the bank and broke the doors. This guy's probably protecting bank property now. You know, that terrorist with the shotgun is doing the job that decent security would do.
Oh.
If you think about it that way.
Perspective. Yeah, I'm not going to think about it that way.
Why? Just because they're wearing masks? So is he.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
He's wearing a mask for a completely different reason.
Wisdom of Comics goes, terrorist turned good Samaritan. That is one way of looking at it, yes. That is one way of looking at it.
I should upload the next page here.
All right, let me see the next page.
Well, give me a second because I got to upload it from my Mac and then I'll upload it and then I'll open it over here.
Change the title of this chat to Roasting Lone Star Live. Some people are saying stop the moral relativity. They see this as moral relativity. I'm not sure that I do.
Let's see. Where are we? Come on. So I got a lot of people giving me grief about because I said that I was going to do that crossover with Jawbreakers and Graveyard Shift as an ash can,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, Ethan will yell at you.
Why would I yell at you about that?
Because they're like, this should be its own campaign.
Wait a second. Explain carefully. So you're going to do Lone Star 2.
Yeah, and then I was going to do a little, extra story. And it was going to be Jawbreakers and Lone Star, the Unknown Soldiers, Jawbreakers, and Graveyard Shift, like a 3-way crossover.
Did you get permission to use Jawbreakers?
Yeah, well, he's got to approve the script. That's all he said.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's the basic campaign, Comicsgate campaign is just, look, there's the main book for $25. And then for, at $50, there's the main book and another story, like a bonus story. And then sort of, I believe in kind of adding an ash can eventually to that tier.
There you go.
But that's it. No, I disagree with them. I think you're right. I think that's the right thing to do. Just one main project. It needs to be only Lone Star 2.
Right.
With a bonus.
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah, I'm excited about your next campaign. We're gonna make it work. Did you see what we did with that umbrella guy?
You got him up to over 15 in a night, right?
Yeah, we made him $6,000 in a night. He spent the entire day pushing his campaign. He's up over 21 now.
It's awesome, dude.
Let me see where he's at here.
Yeah, and then I heard that Nasser was being kind of a pain in the butt in the chat.
Hold on. That umbrella guy is at $21,355.
Nice.
And then Cyberfrog Blood Honey team up cover is going to end. I'm not going to renew it for another month. I'm just going to let it become a store. It's at we got 24 hours left. $154,341. That's a bonus. That's just a bonus. You know what's great about it? Like that means that pretty much everything minus taxes from the first campaign is all profit. It's all profit. Because this would cover everything. This would cover all the bills.
Glorious.
So isn't that great?
It's glorious.
It is glorious.
Ryan Cardinal for $5 Canadian says, launching May 7th on Indiegogo, Chaos, a story of blood and stone, high impact manga, martial arts, mayhem, sorcery, monsters, and the spirit of adventure.
Yeah. All right, let's look at page. Let's just say page 2, even though it's page 22 here. Lone Star's on the ground. They're covering him as though they're police. Why are they not just emptying another round into him?
Probably because he got shot point blank in the chest with a shotgun, so they figure he's probably dead.
He's not. And then he grabs yeah.
That's the big switcheroo. He's not dead.
He grabs it and then he lets them fire another round into the floor. And then he's so strong, and he is strong. He uses the butt of the guy's own shotgun against his face. That's humiliating to get beaten with your own shotgun.
Yeah, pistol whipped with your own shotty.
It's like getting spanked with your own belt.
Robert Chang said I missed his super chat.
Yeah.
Draw Trumbull's Declaration of Independence or Lutz's Crossing the Potomac, but with CG artist writers, then sell them as posters. It's not a bad idea. And then we can put instead of just the water, it'd be like a sea of SJWs or something. Or Marvel Comics, a sea of Marvel Comics.
Everyone's really noticing now, especially in panel 2, that he definitely has my nose. Alex Jones Jr. says, wow, EVS is rich now. We did good. I think he's being a troll. I'm not rich yet. I will be, Mike. I'm going to bring you with me if it's the last thing I do.
The plan. So here's the end of page 22.
All
if
right.
it's the last thing you do, just
Yeah. I'm going to make sure. All right. So they flee this psychopath who, and they got the money. Evidently, they got the money. So here's what happened. Let's go through this and let's look at this. Heart of the hero. 4 young bank robbers try to rob the bank. Now that's stupid. It's the police's job to stop that. It's not a big deal. It's just money. It's just money as long as they don't hurt anyone. And you try to de-escalate the situation, let them get out with the money. So the
they
police
came
can
on there with guns, man. They came in there with guns and weapons, and people could die.
Maybe they certainly did now. So Lone Star comes smashing into an already tense, hostile situation with his motorcycle. And he could just he could just knock, I don't know. But instead he drives his motorcycle, spraying shards of razor sharp glass at innocent civilians, making a loud noise to alarm people who have loaded weapons aimed at innocent, defenseless civilians and employees of the bank and customers. The bank robbers react reasonably. I mean, they fire a shotgun at this maniac. He's on the ground. He disarms them, and he blows one of them away with the shotgun. He literally blows a teenager to pieces inside the bank, and then they get away with the money anyway. So he's killed a teenager. The bank has still been robbed. The doors are smashed. He's committed a violent, incredibly terrifying, soul-scarring act in front of a poor woman who was hiding behind a potted plant, who's probably going to need therapy. And seems to me like he made things worse, Mike.
Well, I think everyone feels safe now, except for the dead guy.
Who was a kid. He's a teenager.
Yeah, well, hey. What was the average age of the soldiers in Vietnam? It was 19.
Well, we don't want our streets to become, Indochina in 1971. I mean, ideally, that's what our heroes are trying to prevent. We're not trying to make the streets a war zone. And by the way, it looks like a really nice neighborhood. Like that's the kind of bank that you'd see in a big city like Phoenix, Arizona. It's
They're in LA.
In LA. Yeah, it's super nice.
Yeah.
Robin Chang points out Mike wants to solve the problems of society using violence.
Yes.
Yeah, I just think that, here's what Cyberfrog would have done instead. Very simply, Cyberfrog would creep into the building, and he would be on the ceiling, and using his tongue, he would disarm the villains. He would disarm the kids, the bank robbers, and then he might pop them all in the face and knock them out. He'd turn around and make sure that everyone in the bank was okay. If they had any money, he'd return it and say, sorry about this. And then he would take the guys out and probably tie them up somewhere or something like that and leave them for the police, at which time everyone would curse at him for being so ugly. And
that
he
sounds
would
like a lot of work.
That's what a superhero does. Superhero, he does a lot of work to protect people, and he gets nothing for it in return. And he would go home and brood over being called ugly, and Heather would bring him chicken, and then he'd feel better. And he might spank them. Robin Chang points out spanking. He might take off their own belts and spank them with their own belts. Sure. That's reasonable.
Well, Smiling Brando for $4.99 says, just backed Cyberfrog and Ashcan for the third time. Third time. Holy cow. Also, deal with the devil. Thank you, Smiling Brando. I'm an aspiring filmmaker and editor, and you guys really inspire me. Liam Gray for $5 says EVS is right on this one. You should establish them striking a hostage or putting one down prior to his arrival on an earlier page.
That is correct. That's good storytelling. We need to. Right now we don't fear these guys. Well, we fear them a little bit, but people assume that these guys are just kind of losers and not necessarily dangerous. I'm telling you, Mike. Razdak points out that, remember, Mike, EVS wants to stick a sword into a clavicle. Only if somebody puts me in a self-defense situation.
What is that about?
Oh, I have a sword.
Right, like in Rome.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that would be sort of an execution.
Well, no, I would have jumped through the air and done a backflip first. Because look, the guy was spraying bullets all around my foyer.
Tommy says EVS does superhero stories. Mike does revenge action stories. Yeah, this is a little more John Woo than Superman.
Yeah, I know why, I guess. I want Lone Star to make sense. Like, I want him to I want his actions to be just.
It's just.
It says, I mean, you look at it and you go, well, this is what Mike is thinking. Like, Mike wants to drive his tractor trailer.
Mike does have a sword in the back of his car.
Yeah. That is the thing. I mean, Mike sees a jaywalker and he wants.
I legit keep a two-handed longsword in the back of my car.
Mike sees a jaywalker and he wants to decapitate the jaywalker. Justice. That is the thing about Mike. Mike's like,
I'm all about law and order, man. Law and order.
Mike goes to a Blockbuster video. He's like, you didn't rewind, and he drives a tractor trailer through the Blockbuster. Like the guy who returned his video without rewinding it.
Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System?
Yeah, it's all shocking. I don't know if it sends a good message to kids.
Terrible message to kids.
But that's what comics are supposed to be,
Yeah. Violent.
Revenge fantasies. But again, I mean, you need something to avenge. That's where, the guy who said, yeah, he really should have, the bank robber should have killed somebody or hurt somebody really badly. That's necessary.
I'd have to add a whole other page.
Oh, well, you could add a whole other page and then actually have a comic where your hero is justified, or you can be lazy and have your hero be a dickhead. One of the two.
Or you know what you could do? You could pay extra close attention to the previous page, and you could see the guy. Why isn't it zooming in? Who's already been put down on the floor in panel 1.
Mike, you can't expect. You have to spoon feed the story to people. You really do. You have to make sure that everyone understands that.
But look, that guy's threatening that pretty girl behind the desk.
That's not a reason to kill him.
Machete.
Yeah, that's not a reason to kill him yet.
That's creepy.
A hero would disarm him. A hero, honestly, a hero would de-escalate the whole situation and disarm him and
this isn't
all
the
that.
Negotiator.
No, there can be action. I'm just saying that, without people dying needlessly. Ideally, you don't want everyone crying. And you know what I mean at the end.
Oh, I wasn't even sharing that. Here.
Oh no. Everyone cries at the end of this. The woman just falls down. Oh my god. All right, let's see.
There, guys.
Is he going to say, "Can I have your hand in marriage"? That would be a good line.
Or can I just have your hand?
Yeah.
Arthur, take my hand. But that would leave you with one.
The dialogue better be pretty. Yeah.
Dialogue's perfect, man. Perfect.
There's a guy with a bullet wound in his head there, or is that a bruise? Is he dead?
Pull
Better put a pool of blood there.
a blood puddle. A blood puddle. I could put some blood on the floor there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if Lone Star didn't get himself shot, then he wouldn't have to kill anyone. Well, he didn't go in there with a weapon. He just went in there with a motorcycle.
Yeah, you know what? Like, they should be panicking. Like, they killed that one guy. You know, it's like, you idiots, you killed a dude. And then they're just like, well, we might as well just make this entire bank into a morgue, starting with this woman's hand. And then that's when Lone Star comes in with his weak chin and my nose. And he's justified. You know? How could you kill that one guy, the bald head and the mustache and the glasses? How could you kill him with his short sleeve button up shirt? He wasn't doing anything. Shut up, you idiot.
It was the short sleeve button up shirt. That was the whole point.
He just was looking for his swing line stapler. And you made this place into a bloodbath.
He said that would be white privilege. They should light a hostage on fire. Jeez.
That's yeah. Like if his body was on fire there, like that would be like, holy God, these guys are trouble. These guys are a problem. I mean, just some thoughts, Mike. You know.
Yeah, I could stick like a rake in his back.
Now that would be crazy. If he had a rake in his back, it'd be pretty clear that none of these guys did it, and there was a big boss somewhere else that does have rakes.
There's page. Oops.
Hi, OpDog. He says, "What's up, EVS?" Oh, I love you too.
It's Ben Shapiro.
That'd be nice. Ben Shapiro's in this? Oh, there he is. There's Ben Shapiro. So what is that guy doing in the library? Is he trying to figure out where to file that woman in the Dewey Decimal System? He's like, where do you file hot unconscious chick?
Yeah.
And Ben Shapiro's like, right over here.
I know exactly when you do that.
You gave Ben Shapiro a yarmulke, dude.
Of course.
But you know what? You can barely see it. It blends into his hair.
Yeah, it does in real life too.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Dude, he's always got a yarmulke on.
If you like, these guys have yarmulkes that are like they're watermelon colored. They look like a slice of watermelon. It's like, you know, are you trying to be funny or are you showing reverence to God? You know what I mean? You see some of these yarmulkes that are funny. Get it?
Yeah, I actually haven't seen him.
I have,
I've
Mike.
seen
Look it up.
yarmulkes.
I saw a yarmulke that looked like the inside of your skull with your brain. I was like, that's not funny. Like, God doesn't think that's funny. God doesn't have a sense of humor about that. It's like, make it either black or white and stop it.
How about this one?
I don't know. It's all right.
Too much. Oh gosh, looks like I have to clean that up. There's something on his face. Probably one of my hairs got in the scanner.
Look at that. I hate when that happens. A lot of blimps back there.
Yeah. I got Americans. I got Brits. I got Germans.
I don't know how I feel about it. I'm just like I look at it and I go, why is he standing on an American's? Look at him on a guy's dick.
Hey.
No, I'm sorry, but he is.
Hey.
He's literally standing on the guy's balls.
He's really not.
He is.
What are you talking about?
Mike, he's standing on the dude's balls. Zoom in.
Good night, Dennis. Probably a good time to leave.
Why? Is he or is he not? I can't tell.
He's not.
He's on his hip. He's on his hip.
Paul walking here.
All right. Erky says it's an amazing piece, Mike.
Well, thank you.
How long did that take?
A while.
Mm-hmm. That's what I figured.
Takes some time to draw all them peoples. All them peoples. 2-page spread.
Dennis Perk says because work starts in 3 hours. Good night, Dennis. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, brother. Dennis is not going to make it to Friday night auctions. We are all upset. Oh no, Dennis is not going to make it. Yeah.
Oh. Well, you know.
So Muerta's going to come in there and steal everything because he has no one to bid against.
Oh, you're doing Friday night auctions tonight, of course.
Tomorrow. Well, yeah, tonight to you. Yeah.
I can't stand that. That really bothers me when people go, no. I'm like, tomorrow, because I haven't been to sleep yet. They're like, no, it's today. I'm like, no, tomorrow is when you wake up. Like, even if it's like 12:01 a.m. and you go, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. And they go, you mean later today? And I'm like, you smart ass. It's not later today. It's tomorrow when I wake up.
Right.
I hate when people are right, but they're wrong, you know?
Just to be annoying.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not like that.
Yeah, of course not.
That's beautiful, Mike. Good job.
Thank you. That's the LA Library.
Yeah. Is Tug still up and fighting? What's Tug doing? Somebody's like, Tug needs to go to sleep. Let me see how Tug's doing here. Is he selling any more copies? Yeah, he's at 21,975. He's going to be at 22 pretty soon.
Damn, he's going to beat Meg pretty soon.
Well, he might beat the Meg. He might do that because he already did, because the Meg only made a third of $55,000 or $56,000. So he already beat the Meg. He beat Nasser in 2 days. So that's good.
Well, you know? I mean, how many? Tug has what, 20,000 subs, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does, he gets good reach on every episode. So,
how many do you have?
5,600.
Okay, you got a ways to go.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Working on it.
I think he's going to do pretty good. I think, he's going to do well. Tug is funny. Like, he's actually just literally monetizing Renfamous and those idiots that hate him. That's what he's doing. He's out there just like, hey, look at what these bitches said about my kid. Ka-ching. And he's doing that because he knows that bothers them. And by the way, it works because he's at $22,000.
Yeah. Good for him, man.
He's got a good looking book. Looks cool.
Yeah, Kyung Lee worked on it. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Kyung Lee.
Yeah.
You drawing right now?
Yeah, of course.
Good man.
I'm drawing Cyberfrog and Rumblebee on a truck. I got to go back and fill in all these pages. Like, I drew around. I drew the very end of the story. I drew the entire beginning chapter. I drew the entire origin. I drew most of the extinction event. And I've got to put in about 10 pages worth of, bland reality. You know what I mean? It's like the stuff that, like the pause to kind of say, hey, this is the world now. Cyberfrog finding Heather, all this stuff. I got to do all that. And that's what I've got. People are like, why? It's 4 days. Why would you not go to Star Wars Celebration? It's only because I need every single one of these 19 days because there's stuff I want to do, So, and I already, I'm definitely, it's got to be done on the 30th.
Yeah.
That looks good, Mike. That's my favorite thing that you've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
Nobody could complain about that except the fact that it's a white guy that's beating up ethnicities, all different kinds of ethnicities.
Yeah.
It's a cracker versus
I didn't want
POC.
him just beating up one ethnicity. I want him beating up all kinds of minorities.
Yeah. You got it. You did it. I don't see him hitting any women. That's the one.
No. Lone Star doesn't hit women. Come on. He's a misogynist.
So misogynists don't hit women, or they do?
I don't. At this point, who knows?
All right. Are any of them gay? Is he beating up any gay people, or some of
sure.
them?
One of those guys is gay. I'm sure.
All right.
Let's make it that guy down there in the corner.
That guy's gay. Well, the guy he's choking out.
Yeah, there you go.
Mike, you make it easy for your enemies, dude. You really do. I guess you enjoy it. I don't know.
It's fun. It's all good.
Yeah.
Good times.
Razdoc says, Ethan, did you see some lady knocking on the window of Jeremy's car in Chicago? No. I didn't see any of Jeremy's videos at all. I didn't see it, I don't know what's going on over there. All I know is I'm jealous. It's eating me up inside.
You've got to go.
Dude, it really, I'm thinking about it. When Andrea wakes up, I'm going, I can't do this. Hey, Andrea, I know I've gone back and forth about this 3 times. I think I am going to buy a plane ticket, and I looked at the plane tickets. I got the one. They're two first class flights, 2 first class seats. So I'm sure I can get on. I'm gonna go. All right.
You need 2 first class seats?
Yeah. There and back, not just on one flight for my fat ass.
Yeah, that's what I was.
A lot of people think I'm bigger than I am. Wazuru says, "Stop waffling, Ethan. Just stay in your basement."
Tungsten asks if I'm still funding the Late Bloomers special tier for international. Last I checked the status on Indiegogo, it's still contribution placed. No, all the Late Bloomers have gone out. The last ones did go out on Monday. So international, just check next week. Should get there by next week, unless you're like in freaking Russia or something.
Yeah.
So you want to do a Lone Star in Cyberfrog World?
No, I don't.
You want me to do a Lone Star in Cyberfrog World?
Oh, I'm just saying you could.
This would be another like Ashcan thing.
I don't know why you just want to do an Ashcan.
You mean like a full length story? Like a full length
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
In the upper right, I think Lone Star is beating up Barrio, EVS wearing his checkered shirt. Oh yeah, that does look like me. Actually, kind of
looks like you.
Yeah, you're taking it out on me. I don't know why. It's weird, man. It's a lot of just references to me in your story. They're all subconscious. But it's clear. It's obvious that that's what you're doing.
Is it?
Yeah. Did you see Richard Meyer's video about Kwanzaa and Mark Wade?
No. When did you do that?
Like Mark Wade's working for Humanoids, and he's literally just going around hiring people that hate Richard Meyer. That's what he's doing, And it's like Richard's going through the Humanoids plan. It's like, this is what we're publishing, and here's something by Mags Visaggio, and here's something by Kwanzaa, and here's this and that. And then he gets to the next page, and there's a book literally called Meyer. It's like just his last name, Meyer, really big. And it's about Meyer Lansky, but the front cover of the book is just Meyer. And it's like, what the hell, dude? That's all he thinks about. Like Mark Waid just obsesses over Richard, and it's absolutely true that he does. You know, let me hire all the people that hate you.
Yeah, that guy's got issues. Yeah, I was just saying, I used to work with Mark on JLA back before he was crazy. Well, I guess he was crazy, but like most people didn't know about it back then.
Yeah. I think it's a fair assessment. Well, the people in the know knew about it, but it doesn't. You're allowed to be a little bit crazy when you can produce, great work consistently, and that people tolerated Mark.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. They tolerated his fucking insanity and his tantrums and stuff. And now not so much. I mean, it's just sad, man. I'm on Humanoids and I'm hiring Mags and Kwanzaa and all the people I see on Twitter. It's like, ugh. Like you could be working with, there's some really kind of like big names from the Marvel and DC days that aren't working anymore. Like pretty good writers.
Mm-hmm.
You could be like bringing those guys out, like Brian Augustin. You could be bringing out with you. It's like you're hiring your ex-girlfriend, Devin Grayson. And it's like then all the weirdo SJWs you see on Twitter, and it's like these are proven quantities. These are people who cannot sell comics.
I don't even think Brian can sell comics. I know he's working with Benny over at Red Giant Entertainment, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm just saying he's definitely talented. The other ones that I named are not.
Yeah.
But somebody like
I was complaining about all the freaking nepotism in this industry. It's like the guy that wrote that JLA inventory issue that I was showing at the beginning of the thing. The writing is so bad, and I know it was because he was Dan Raspler's friend that he got the job,
quote unquote friend. Yeah. Weird stuff about that guy. That's the guy who blacklisted you.
Dan? No, Dan would have kept giving me work. It was some other people in the vicinity.
You know what the word was about Dan Raspler?
What?
You might already know.
I don't remember.
Okay. I'll just leave it. I'm not going to get into it. Nobody even cares anymore. I don't even know what he's doing.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Probably working in McDonald's or something. I don't know.
I hope not. I hope he found a job somewhere in Hollywood where they don't care if you join men's clubs that videotape you getting spanked.
What?
To keep you in line. And they're everywhere. Those are everywhere. They don't care. They don't care if there are all kinds of weird videos that they make of you doing humiliating things to keep you in line that end up getting out into the public, And I'm sure there are a lot of jobs like that. I hope you found one.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I probably had to wrap this up. I got to get up in the morning. You going to start a stream?
No.
Work.
I'm just drawing. The thing is when I start my own stream, I have to actually think and I can't really draw. But when I'm just hanging out on your stream, just saying dumb stuff,
it's like you're on a phone call.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I like it. It's much better.
Yeah, that's what I like about this whole thing, because like I say, it's like back in the day, I used to just pick up the phone and talk to people while I was drawing all day,
Yeah.
But nobody calls anybody anymore. You have to do it on YouTube.
Dude, I hate it. I got a phone call today. I was in bed 9:30. 9:30, the phone rings, and it's some ridiculous number that I didn't recognize, like a bunch of digits in a row. And I go, "What? Who is this?" And I get sales calls all the time, so I ignore them. They're like, they all come from like, it's a number and then it says United States, and it's like that narrows it down. And you pick it up and they go, "We have word that your car insurance, blah blah blah," and it's like and you hang up. So I stopped picking up the phone. So I see this number. I'm like, "Why is the phone ringing when I'm just drifting off to sleep?" Right? And Andrea goes, "Oh, maybe you ought to pick it up." So I pick it up, and it's Vox Day.
No.
Yes, and I'm like, "Hi, Vox, what's up?" Now I'm stuck. You know what I mean? Like, I picked it up hoping it would be a sales call. Now I'm stuck in a kind of, grunting conversation with Vox Day.
Oh my gosh. What did Vox want?
He's
Like, can you promote John De La Rosa's book on here?
No. He's in the middle of some legal action, and he wants to keep me updated. I don't care. Like, I'm not, it's not. I go, "Okay, all right, thanks." He goes, "Just for your information, this, and that." I'm like, I okay. All right.
Yeah, you're like, I really couldn't care less, Vox.
Yeah, yeah, like, that has nothing to do with me. Enjoy.
Yeah. Cecil's in the chat now.
Hey, Cecil.
What's up, Cecil? 4:17 in the morning, your time. What the?
Yeah. Wazir says, "Stop answering his calls, you dummy." No, you don't understand. It doesn't say it's always coming from a different place, or he blocks or unlists his phone number. Now, when you get a phone call that says unlisted or blocked, not blocked, but what is the
I just pick up the phone and hang it up.
yeah.
I hope it's not an emergency call.
It's like, the society now, we've gotten to the point where it's like, the phone rings and I go, "What the like, who's calling me? Like, stop calling me." Normal people use email. I don't wanna be on the phone with anyone.
Yeah, these days
Just
nobody
down and
calls.
click send so I can answer you by going, "Sounds good," and send it back to you. You get on
Yeah.
a phone conversation,
I
yeah,
just want to answer you. I just want to answer you with a thumbs up. Is that so hard?
that's all I wanna do. Very busy.
Whatever your 12 paragraphs you ask me, I'm just going to send you a thumbs up. Is that okay?
Oh, I get fan mail from people and their page is long and I'm just like, "Oh, man."
I know.
And the question just was, "I wanna launch a comic. How do I do it?" It's like, that's all you needed to ask me.
Yeah, a friend of mine from high school bought one of my books and I accidentally forgot to sign it. And so he sends me this whole thing about like, "Hey, you forgot to sign one of the books. I don't know what to do about it." And I just sent him back a thumbs up. He's like, "I don't know what a thumbs up means."
I feel like it means I didn't read your message. Oh my god. Yeah, it's awful. I don't know, contact my secretary. That's what we need. We need secretaries, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I wish someone would volunteer to do that for me.
So in the midst of a world in which we're too lazy now to actually read thoughtfully well-written emails, fan mails,
Mhm.
messages from fans, um, and properly answer the, questions that they send, we have NASA Roboti sending us unsolicited scripts and asking us to read them. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's the context of all this.
So what was Nasser doing on your stream when you had Tug on? Was he just
Oh, I'll tell you in a second. Peter Allen says, "Mine was short and sweet, fan art EVS." That's a good way to get me to answer, by the way. Say, "Yo, what do you think of this?" And send me a drawing. I'm like,
yeah,
"Yeah." I'll
plus
always respond to that.
plus 200
Um,
240 characters or less, please.
yeah, yeah.
Characters or
Uh,
less.
Nasser got on my stream. First of all, Nasser's an exceptional kid. You know what I mean? So, I understand that. Like, I think, when it comes to issues of autism, it's like, okay. No, it's not. It's not funny. Autism is a serious thing. Nasser is, he does have trouble reading the room and understanding that he's being a nuisance. And I'm gentle about it because, like poor Nasser. I like Nasser. I want him to succeed. He does make me laugh a lot. But yeah, like there's a meme, and the meme is F Nasser. That's the thing. Like everyone has a meme. When you show up this is the WWE. Okay, it should be the WWE Comics Gate. Everyone has a thing. Everyone has a thing. When you show up on a stream, like a big group live stream, the fans want to chant something at you. It's fun. So they say F Nasser, F Nasser, F Nasser, or kick Nasser, any of that stuff. That's right. Uh, Cecil says he was being an asshole. They want to be able to say that, and it's fun for them. And honestly, it leads to if you take it the right way, it leads to them being kind of happy and having happy feelings towards you and supporting your projects. Now, if you flip out and act like a dick over it, and then ruin the kind of fun spirit of whatever's going on, people have the opposite impression of you. So that's if you're lucky enough to be a celebrity Comicsgate creator like Nasser is. He might not be the most successful, but he's a celebrity. People know who he is. So he comes on my stream. He's got a wrench, and I don't notice this, but people start saying F Nasser, and Nasser starts timing out some of my biggest super chatters. Now, when you time out super chatters, and they, this is the thing. They can no longer super chat me. Now, I have people saying to me all the time, I tried to super chat you. I seem to be unable to. And I go, I don't know why that is. Well, it turns out it's because one of my wrenches timed you out.
Did you take Nasser's wrench away?
Yes.
I took it away on my stream too. He got so mad.
Yeah. T and Crumpet says, nah, some people genuinely hate the guy. It's not friendly ribbing. They were being hateful and shitting on him all night. Well, that's what it becomes. That's what it becomes. And even still, like, if the thing about it is that if you are in that situation and you're on my stream and you've antagonized the fans to the point where they really don't like you, rather than use the wrench that I've given you to get these people and put them in timeout so they can no longer super chat me, leave. I have plenty of wrenches. Maybe you should just go. Because this is not the place for you to get to find vengeance and avenge yourself against my customers.
Yeah.
That is the thing. So Nasser apologized for it, and he said, do I still have my wrench? I said, nope, you are wrench free. He said, hail Caesar. You have to earn that privilege, and it gets taken away from you.
Yeah.
But, just get a thicker skin like Mike has.
I took Malin's wrench away, and he tried to start a revolt.
Why would you take Malin's wrench away?
It was a gag.
Yeah.
But that's just me and John.
Yeah. Yeah, I love John.
Yeah.
So many people have a wrench now in my live streams, but Nasser is no longer one of them. He's no longer one of them. And Nasser's angry. Here's why Nasser's angry. He's angry because his campaign keeps getting refunded. Now, I get refund requests all the time, and it's like the last thing you want to do is you want to blow up and start yelling and screaming about how people are refunding your campaign. You quietly refund them, and you move on. Nasser's like, people are refunding me. Well, that's going to make more people want to refund you.
I refunded one guy, and he didn't even really ask. He was just being such a pain in the butt. I just refunded him and told him that it'd go away.
Well, I've done that too. I go, look, your $25, it doesn't buy you the right to pester me and harass me.
I take away your right to complain.
Yeah. I've said it over and over again. It's like, look, Cyberfrog is important to me. It's a book that, I've been working on for a long time. It needs to be good. I'm not rushing it. And, you can wait for it and be happy when you get it, or you can have a refund, but there's no third option. You know, there's not like, no, I'm going to harass you every day about it, and you know, I'm not going to accept a refund.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. Just
I know some people are just way more trouble than they're worth. I mean, even if they're buying like at $100 level, I'm just like, you
yeah,
know,
I appreciate everyone that's backing Cyberfrog, and I really want their support, and I want them to come back for Cyberfrog too. But some of it just seems mean spirited, and some of it just seems like people are literally just here to bother me.
yeah, and like they think they have the right to control you because they bought something of yours, and you're like, dude,
Right. No, somebody's just like, you've got to, what are you doing? You need to be working all the time. Stop streaming, get off Twitter, get to work. It's like, this is all work.
yeah,
Live streaming is work. It's all
that's
part
right.
of the same thing. That's why, you know, I'm
Right.
upset about not being at Star Wars Celebration, because it's like, that is, being at Star Wars Celebration means getting all the videos, and you know, that's important. It's important to my channel. You know, but
Fire is here to harass you on my stream.
yeah. Trashfire says, but you literally don't appreciate everyone that backs Cyberfrog. Yeah, not you, you know, but everyone else. You know, you can have a refund anytime you want.
Yeah.
You know,
Live
but
streaming.
everyone else, yeah, I do. You know,
Yeah, streaming is marketing. That's part of the program. Sorry.
mm-hmm.
We don't have Warner Brothers and Disney marketing for us. We have to market ourselves, and that is a time-consuming thing. So, sorry.
Yeah. It's
And frankly, if we weren't here, you wouldn't have bought our book.
Yeah.
In the first place.
Yeah, you know, this is, you know, I'm just like, look, Rainbow Brut's coming out soon, and so, you know, I've got to, you know, I got to make sure that you know, getting I maintain my audience, you know.
Mm-hmm.
James Hayes says, how many double page spreads are in Cyberfrog? I think like 4. There are quite a few. And by the way, if you bought an original art page and your original art page happens to fall in a double page spread, you get the double page spread.
Zoinks.
Some people are going to be very happy with that. Yeah.
I can't imagine why they wouldn't be. Darn it, there was something else I wanted to say, but I'm really
space and draw food stamp frog. Yeah, I want Nasser to succeed. But Nasser's a kid, and the thing is, Nasser is my son's age. So, you know, I treat him the way I treat my kid, which is, you know, hey, you're not an adult. You don't, you know, you do need to, well, you are an adult, but you're not an adult. You're still a kid to me, and you're going to behave yourself. If you behave yourself, you get stuff. Ask my son. My son has a Camaro because he's a good kid. You could have a Camaro too. I mean, I'm not going to buy it for you, but I'll help you buy one. You can be on my show.
Welfare.
Right. Unless you're an a-hole.
That's right. All right. I'm gonna wrap this up.
Okay.
Thanks for popping on, Ethan.
I enjoyed it, Mike.
Yeah, me too, bro. Thanks everyone for hanging out, and we're gonna call it a night. Please do check out the description for different ways you can support this channel, support my comics, support my everything, and I'm sure you're all sub to Ethan already, but if you're not, Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Like, sub, what's the other one? Ring the bell for notifications.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for being here, and aloha. Say aloha, Ethan.
Oh, aloha, mahalo.
Shaka bra.